Truck Talk Media.
C10 Talk, episode 333. Truck shows. We've got a bunch of truck shows coming up. It's that time of year. I'm interviewing 4 different truck shows that you can go to. Let's start it off. We've got C10's at the Lake in Vancouver, Washington. Then in August, we've got 2 truck shows. We've got C10's at the Capitol, Olympia, Washington. Snake River Truck Show, Idaho Falls, Idaho. And then in September, Labor Day weekend, Southern Illinois Truck Show sits. I've interviewed all 4 of them. Here we go.
I think a lot of it was just making it a whole experience where we really want to draw people that have never been to the Pacific Northwest.
You know, we build these trucks to go out and enjoy them. And, you know, we're located right at the mouth of the Columbia River Gorge, which is absolutely, you know, the first leg of the cruise is one of my favorite roads I've ever been on. You go from forest to waterfalls around you to a high desert setting with volcanic, and you got views of Mount St. Helens and Mount Hood, and I'm super pumped about that.
Damn, son. Auto Metal Direct, the leader in premium OE-style restoration parts for classic Chevy and GMC trucks. If you're building a C10, a K10, maybe a square body, AMD manufactures high-quality sheet metal, trim, glass, and restoration components designed for OE-style fit and factory-correct body lines. These aren't generic panels. AMD develops its own tooling using modern manufacturing processes to deliver consistent stampings and proper gauge steel, built for builders who care about doing it right. Damn, son. Whether you're restoring a 67 to 72, bringing a square body back from the brink, or finishing off a clean driver, AMD supports the trucks and the community we talk about here on the pod. Check them out at autometaldirect.com and follow them on social media to see product features, installs, and behind-the-scenes manufacturing content. Auto Metal Direct, investing in the trucks and the people that make this community so damn awesome.
Let me tell you what Melba Toast is packing right here. I've got 411 posi track out back, 750 double pumper, Edelbrock intakes, scored over 30, 11-to-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some bucking muscle.
What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
Welcome to C10 Talk, your C10 truck podcast.
And now I have a chance to be the best, maybe the best in the world.
My old man is a television repairman. Got the ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
I said I got 50 cents in that jukebox, and all I can hear is your mouth clapping. You hear that?
Here's your host, Ronnie Welch.
Here we go. What up, C10 Nation? 4 shows that I haven't been to. I'd love to get to them. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I shine a little love on them, a little light, see what they're all about, and share that with you guys. So we've got 4 different shows coming up. I know there's more. Reached out to these 4, and they all were stoked to do it. So I appreciate them taking time. It's a lot as they get closer and closer to their shows. C10's at the Lake in Vancouver. That is July 11th. And we sat down with Alex and Amber. One thing she was going to let me know about is if she could extend the host hotel thing. So as soon as I know, or as of this time, if you're hearing it and you think you might want to go, get with C10's at the Lake 2026, Alex and Amber and Jesse, and see if they can help you out with that. Otherwise, let's just get into the shows. I interviewed 4 different people, or shows really. With that, we interviewed 1, 2, 4, carry the 1. So 6 people about the 4 different shows. A little bit more Pacific Northwest, with 1 being in Vancouver, 1 being in Olympia, Washington, 1 being in Idaho Falls, and then the other in Marion, Illinois, Southern Illinois Truck Show. All right. Hopefully you had a chance to listen to 331 and or 332. Great pod coming at you there. 331 was going to be the Moab coverage. 332 was David Carroll with NorCal Garage. He's on a runner right now with his 74 tool drive converted Blazer that he's made an autocross pro touring machine out of, and he's having a great run with that truck. So I thought I'd interview him, find out a little bit about what makes him tick, and for you guys, if you're thinking about getting into that autocross stuff, kind of a little introduction on that. So appreciate David Carroll 332 taking the time. Hope you guys enjoy this coverage of some of these shows. Maybe you're going to go, maybe you're thinking about going, but we've got some good coverage July, August, and September. A lot of shows, a lot going on. Enjoy the pod. Appreciate it, guys. Late. All right, guys, we're back, and we've got C10's on the Lake, Vancouver, Washington. I've got Alex and Amber. Thank you guys so much for taking time. I'm excited. This is going to be your second show. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for having us.
You got it. What were you thinking? You're like, hey, we've got this beautiful venue in beautiful Vancouver, Washington. For my geography, you've got Portland, Oregon, and then right across the river there, you've got Vancouver, Washington, correct? So you guys are the very south part of Washington State.
Yep, correct. Basically, it kind of started out, my buddy Jesse and I have always wanted to do a big show down here, and Jen and Todd are on the opposite end of the state, and we go and support the Capitol and all that, but we just wanted to do something a little closer down here. We've got a beautiful venue, and it's in a great area, and just wanted to kind of see what happened, and here we are. So
awesome. What's the hardest part so far in throwing these shows?
For me, it's the unknown. Last year it was let's plan for in our chapter of the club, we've got about 45, 50 trucks. So okay, if it ends up being us in a park with some good food and hanging out, that's great. And if it's 200, even better. And that's kind of the biggest hurdle for me personally anyway. I don't know.
I think one of the challenges we ran into was really deciding who that we would benefit, or who would benefit from the proceeds of the charity raffle, and any of the other, proceeds that come out of doing the show. Obviously, we have a club to run, but over and above that, we're a registered nonprofit, and we want to be able to share that with our community. And that was a big part of it, was deciding who, wanted to take advantage of that, but also who was really deserving of it. And we've settled on a couple of pretty good options. We do a yearly donation to a group called Santa's Posse, which is around Christmas time. And it's a bunch of other organizations in our community that give money and food and presents to, underprivileged families. And in addition to that, I think as part of the whole club wanted to also participate in helping education for youth in the automotive industry. So we've opted to also help out another organization within Evergreen School District, is Prairie High School, and they have an automotive program where they're actually building a C10.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I went to their first show, and just kind of, we have a younger member in the club, Caden, that he messaged me and he's like, hey, can you come by and check out the show? And I was like, sure. And not really knowing what to expect. And they got a cab and a dolly and a LS3 sitting there, and that was about it. So, and all the kids in there are super hungry to learn. And so I was like, this is what we need to be doing here,
So that's awesome. So local high school auto club, they're building a C10, and then obviously Santa's Posse. So it's kind of cool, because if you think about that, you're kind of given to youth, you're given to young youth for the most part, and then you're given to that adolescent teenage years. They're pretty impressionable there. So that's a really great cause. you kind of said, hey, one of the most stressful things Alex mentioned was just the unknown. How many do I have coming in? Do you try to do mostly pre-register and then you also do day of?
Yeah, we do the pre-register, and then keep it open day of too. In the beautiful Northwest, it's a little hard to tell sometimes, so not a lot of people pre-register. It's not like we're going to, slow down or intervention or something where you can pretty much count on 100 degrees. Um, but this time of year is just beautiful up here, so you know, we try to forecast as well as we could, but it gets a little difficult sometimes.
Sure, sure. I get it. The cool thing about that is, and I totally understand, and for us last year for the reunion, we had rain on Friday, and that was stressful, and then Saturday cleared up. We don't have rain here. People think it's going to rain, and they're going to die. So for you guys, I think the cool thing about that is most of the people, maybe not the guys that are traveling quite as far, but for the most part, people know, hey, rain or shine, we're going to support the show. We're going to support the people, and a little rain's not going to hurt anybody.
Yep.
Okay. When you think about, okay, second year, give me, what's some things you're really working on hard this year, and then other shows that you guys have went to that you're kind of like, hey, we really like this. Jesse likes this, Amber likes this, Alex like this. You guys get together, and you're trying to make it the best experiences you can. That's one thing I just got off the pod with Todd and Jen. They go to more shows than just about anybody I know. So it's like, hey, you get to take these little pieces of these little shows and pies and put it all together and make one kick-ass show. So how's things going for C10 Club Vancouver? Because Amber, I think it was you that sent me the email. You sold me. I mean, like, this is like the venue, the lake, it's like, this is awesome. Like, and that's really a cool thing.
I think a lot of it was just making it a whole experience where we really want to draw people that have never been to the Pacific Northwest. And so, the draw is to make it a full event where they're going to make the most of their weekend, and, having a pre-party and the show and then the cruise afterwards kind of gives somebody an opportunity to make the most of their time.
Yeah. And to kind of piggyback on the cruise aspect of it, I'm really excited about that. We build these trucks to go out and enjoy them, and we're located right at the mouth of the Columbia River Gorge, which is absolutely the first leg of the cruise is one of my favorite roads I've ever been on. And you go from forest to waterfalls around you to a high desert setting with volcanic, and you got views of Mount St. Helens and Mount Hood, and sometimes Mount Adams over there, and it's I'm super pumped about that. And then again, kind of expanding with having the pre-party from Slam Specialties is doing our pre-party this year, so we got a big ballroom, and it's DB Cooper themed, so that'll be kind of fun. Doing a little, I don't want to give too much away, but we got some pretty cool stuff planned around that too. So
Yeah, I mean, again, you just need that weather to cooperate. Beautiful Vancouver, Washington. You've got, again, like you said, and I believe Amber said it too. It's like, hey, we're right at the river and the gorge, and we're going to get people there. Do you have a perspective compared to year one to year two on what you're expecting?
there's some bets on that. I don't know. Last year we had 285 registered, and there's probably about 50 plus that kind of snuck in and hung out, which is fine. But we're looking at a couple hundred more on top of that, I'm sure, just from talking with people and going around to all the different shows, and they saw kind of the social media stuff and some of the pictures that Brett came out and shot some beautiful photos for us, and a lot of people were mad that they didn't make the trip down for it. And I understand it's a first year show. You never really know what you're going to get, but a lot of people from up north, Seattle area are saying they're coming down, and even all the way up into Canada. Vic from Montana is coming out. He's going to do a booth for Squared.
Dirty's Detail Lab out of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, they're coming. Chase said he was coming. So
we got lots of people from really all over the place. A few guys from California, and there's really just a draw from all directions that we're super excited about.
Yeah, I had a guy message me saying that him and 5 of his buddies are driving up from your neck of the woods. So we'll see what happens.
Well, another thing that's really nice, right, is that you can fly right in, right? So, is it best to fly to Portland? Is it best to fly to Vancouver, 6 to 1, half dozen the other?
No,
Um,
you wanna fly into Portland.
okay,
The
yeah,
the show venue's maybe 15 minutes from the airport. So we got
yeah, I
a
mean, that
awesome host hotel. It's like log cabin style. It's really a nice place. They've gone out of their way. Like I said, we're hosting our pre-party there, and then also, they brought in security guard for us. They have an amazing restaurant on site, so a lot of people are just coming in, staying at the host hotel, doing the pre-party, the show, and the cruise just bam, 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 and so
yeah, I wonder it'd be interesting to see how many you get that maybe aren't driving, just like, "Hey, I wanna check it out. It's July, Arizona, it's hot as hell. I just wanna get up to some beautiful weather, catch a flight." You get a flight, you're still supporting, you buy some gear, you go see the vendors. So yeah, that's a cool thing too. And one thing I wanted to give you guys credit, I'm assuming that, Stubbsky did your artwork, but your artwork was phenomenal, so kudos on that.
yeah. Kevin at Colorworks did that for us, and
Oh,
he's a
well, that's
he's a local guy.
so that's really his artwork is phenomenal, so good job on that.
Yeah, no, we're excited to have him.
And I probably talked over so Kevin and what's he at Artworks or Colorworks? What was it?
Uh, Colorworks.
Mm,
Colorworks with a K.
Yeah.
mm. Yeah, he did a great job. So good job on getting him. Love the artwork, love the color. It looks great on the black, the way that it pops out. So good on you guys for that. So it's exciting.
Yeah, and we were able to incorporate some, you know, really active members in our chapter here. So it's got our 2 different Dave's trucks on it, and then Ferd has his OBS on it. So it was nice to be able to incorporate, actual our cruise trucks into the artwork too. So
Yeah, that's killer. I don't recall. Do you guys have a year? Is it 98 and older?
it's all classic trucks, OBS and older for Chevy, and then
Mhm.
I think we did 98 and older.
Yeah, okay. That's what I kind of wondered. Some people are opening it up and some people limit it, right? For the reunion, we do '06 cat eye and older, because I just really like cat eyes. But so just kind of letting the audience know, 98 and older, um, you can preferably pre-registration online. What what's the cost on that? Is there a little bit of a bonus to pre-register versus at the show?
Um, yeah, it's 25 to pre-register and 30 day up.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are you need to like let's double them for day of so they don't waste your Amber's time. And she's like, the line. How does that work out? So that's one thing I try to tell people, just pre-register. I mean, $25. Come on. Pre-register, you're helping everybody out, it gets you in faster. With that, if they don't, does the line get backed up? Is it, hey, the venue can handle a lot so we can get people in really, really quick? Break some of that down for us.
The venue can handle quite a few. I think mathematically speaking, it was like 950 is what I can handle there.
We'll call it a
But
cool
honestly,
1,000.
I was so busy running around last year, I couldn't speak to how the line looked. Or could probably help out a little bit more on that one.
I think a lot of it really had to do with how the Alex and Jesse had it coordinated to get people in the door. It went very smoothly. I know that we had most of everyone that was lined up outside was within the gates within an hour. And to me, I feel like we're going to open up at 8 and the show starts at 9. We'll be there setting up much earlier, but that being said, our goal is to get everybody into place so they can just start enjoying their day. But Alex is the manager of the world, and he can literally set up anything. So that's what we rely on a lot of is just his coordination skills and getting everybody together.
Good. Nice work, Alex. Um,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
so
It takes a village, but
yeah, it
the
does.
whole
It
crew
does.
has
But
a piece.
yeah, but if you're level-headed and truck guys, and we can set them up for success, communicate, and break it down. And hey, this is where we want everybody to kind of go. Awards? Do you guys do awards or anything that do people register? Some shows have registration that, hey, if you want an award, or no awards, or it's just no awards and just raffles.
So we're doing the top 20, and we do it a little different. So basically, we kind of hand each one of our club members one of the top 20, and whatever speaks to them gets that top 20. And then we have kind of a funky thing of we have a big, huge swap meet here, and we go and Amber and I and Jesse go and we pick the swap meet for kind of trophy stuff. So there's some pretty funky awards that aren't your typical run of the mill thing, and we have Northwest Stripes. He's kind of our go-to pinstriper for the show here. He goes through and stripes them for us, and like best paint and biggest and that kind of thing. So we got about 10 of those to go this year too. So,
and when you said that the swap meet, that's completely different. Not
completely
at the same
different.
time. You're just
Nope.
going and you guys are picking out some funky stuff, the Funky Comadina Award, and then you guys are handing that, or maybe putting stuff together and making some cool stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think the fun part about it is that it's kind of different than everybody else, and it comes from our hearts, and that's really what we're all about. And then also there's some kind of thing about having a big ceremony about it, which is great, and everybody can get recognition. But there's also something a little more personal, having our members go out and actually hand deliver them to the people at their trucks, so that they just really feel seen and can appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's an intimate thing and it's an intimate show. And when you have, we have big shows now. And when you have shows that are maybe smaller and more intimate, and I think you get to a point in your age where we enjoy that. You enjoy that
Right.
from the heart. And Hank just loved your truck, Marty, and he wanted to give you this award, and it spoke to him. And that's a pretty powerful thing when another man or person, or a woman, whoever it is, a club member is picking that, and they did it. They found the award, and they decided, hey, I don't even know why, but I love your truck and I love what you did, and you brought it to our show, and I want to give you this. And that's a cool thing. And I mean, it kind of means more than just some rando who's like, yeah, 16 guys voted that I had the coolest headlights. All right, cool, thanks. But it's like, hey, little
Right.
Tommy gave me this award, so yeah, we
Yeah.
get it. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
And I
it's
think
really cool.
it's an opportunity to also get some of the less recognized trucks some recognition.
Yeah, and that's a big thing that we've been emphasizing on this episode is for you guys out there listening, just get to your shows, get motivated to get it on get the tires on, get the brakes on, get it running, go to your local show. Maybe push it a little bit, get 3 buddies to go to the next closest show and then the next closest show. And before you know it, Todd and Jen, I mean, who knows how many miles that they put on their selected vehicles that they're going to travel with. But, it's pretty cool that you can go to a show across county line, state line, 3 states, and get home and make it in your classic and know that you did it. And maybe you had a breakdown, maybe you had a belt, maybe you had this, but you powered through it, and it builds your confidence really quick on what you can do in an old classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
got a lot of guys doing this Mother Road, uh, Route 66 thing, right now, and that's pretty epic that they're going. I think some guys are going all the way from Chicago, Illinois, or Springfield, or wherever the end is, and they're working their way all the way down to the coast in Cali. So pretty cool that that you can do that in a classic. So, um, okay, so we got number of trucks, we got raffles, just kind of going through. Did we did we say host hotel? It's a cabin and there's one, or is there multiple?
No, so it's called the Heathman Lodge. It's a full size hotel. It's just log cabin themed.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful log work inside, and really, really good restaurant. It's a nice place. It's
And
not
then
your
about
typical
what does that
Motel
cost?
6. Um,
There is a discount if you register by a certain date. In fact, I think the cutoff was yesterday. But it was about $200 per room per night, which is about a $70 a night discount. It is a little higher end hotel, but some of the perks that we have with that extra security, having the restaurant on site, and it is a really really high end restaurant that has great food, and just the people that work there are great to work with. They've also gone above and beyond and allowed us to have an on-site truck wash. We'll also be, prepared for the people that are coming in from out of town that are driving in. That way they have the ability to get stuff cleaned up without having to run all over town. The host hotel has done, limitless things for us. They were great last year. They'll actually be at the show in a booth this year too.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna try really hard to get this out tonight. So I don't know. What are we? The 22nd? On my dates, I think I work overtime, so I was trying to figure out. Okay, we're the 22nd. See if they'll extend that, and I'll get this out, and maybe they get a couple more. See if you can, maybe five rooms. I don't know. You do whatever you can do. But if it expired, yesterday on the 21st, see what you can do, and then let me know, and then I'll try to make sure let people know, hey, they're going to extend it for a few days. Make sure you get it if you didn't get it already. Get registered, get your hotel, and maybe that'll help both of you out a little bit. So
Yeah,
we'll
we
see
would
what we can do on
appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Looks like probably I just kind of made a little list. This is your second year. We got the cost of the show. It's a bargain at 25 and 30. You can handle plenty there. You're not going to sell out. There's plenty. Host hotel, and then booze. Is that like, hey, no booze? Make sure you have a koozie booze, red cup. Don't ask,
so
don't tell.
it's a county park. So
Okay. Yep.
with that being
So,
said, it's we're taking over the park, so we won't be serving anything at the show,
mhm.
but I'll leave it at that.
But we know who truck guys are and girls, and
Drive responsibly.
we want you to be very respectable of the county park. We want you to be respectable of the hosts, and we know that you are respectable, and you will be, and that's what's awesome. And we have such a great track record of so many shows. We used to have 4 shows across the world, and now we have 40, and if not even 100 right now. It's crazy, and just people are being very respectable, and we don't hear of too many crazy street takeover things. We've had LST had a thing a few years back, but for the most part, the smaller C10 gatherings are really doing well. So for the audience, let's keep that up.
Yep.
Who's your title? Did you say your title sponsor?
So Acura is our title sponsor.
Okay.
And then Slam Specialties came on to do the
cruise,
pre-party. And then we have All American Classics, which is a huge classic wrecking yard here in Vancouver. They came on and they're sponsoring the cruise on Sunday.
Okay. So pre-show Slam Specialties, Acura title, and then All American Classics is the cruise on Sunday. How much of this cruise on Sunday is that? How much is this going to be? Like, is this like a little 5 mile? Is this a little 50 mile? Up the
I
gorge?
didn't write down the miles. It's about a 2.5 hour round trip with stops for some photos. And it's well worth it.
Okay, awesome. That's epic.
We do know that we've got about 40 trucks pre-registered for the cruise. So it could very well be, twice that or more that actually go out on the cruise. So, that's one thing that we know for sure, because it's.
Is there a limit? Because of.
Nope. It's like I said, it's one of the most beautiful roads that I've personally probably driven. It's my decompression run when I need to get out, or we want to go for a picnic or a stroll, so to say, and it's beautiful. So and like I said, we're gonna have some photo stops, and it's really cool. So
awesome. Okay, you guys, where should they get a hold of you. So website, obviously I've been giving Alex a little bit of a hard time. C10's at the Lake 2026 is the IG. I told him to change it, but he might do it. So that is going to be the best place, or is there the website? What's the best place to register, get a hold of you guys if they got questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, so you could DM me on the Instagram at, like you said, C10's at the Lake 2026. We have Facebook as well. Same thing, C10's at the Lake. We have our local C10 Club chapter Instagram and Facebook as well. Event page, all that kind of stuff. We don't have a website, but we're all pretty active on those social media outlets. So
Our
How do they register those?
our registration page is located at Ticket Spice, and then search C10s at the Lake 2026.
Okay, Ticket Spice, and then there's a link through through Facebook and or IG, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, Ticket Spice. You can search it under C10's at the Lake 2026, and you can also check it out IG, Facebook, and if that doesn't work, I don't know. Get a hold of me, and I'll get a hold of Alex or Amber. We can get you
There
guys
you go.
registered. But the more you can register and pre-register, the better. That helps them. And then on this hotel or motel, resort, whatever we're calling this thing, the cabin. And we're going to see if we can't get a few extra days on that. I'll announce it, or I'll put it on the pod, or we're talking about it right now, and I'll make sure we find out. So you let me know, and I'll try to get this out ASAP. And we wish you guys nothing but awesome 2026 second annual 400 plus trucks and the gorge up the cruise. Nothing but awesome times and the most amazing weather on July 11th, Vancouver, Washington State, ripping up the gorge. Nothing but awesome times ahead.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate the opportunity.
Vintage Air. 50 years, 1976 to 2026, San Antonio, Texas. Whether your truck had AC or not, Vintage Air has a solution for you and your project. Their Gen 5 SureFit kits feature new, larger blowers, OEM-style injected molded cases, full electronic slide controls, replacing older cables, allowing for smooth slide functions when changing flow and temp. And that, my friends, is why Vintage Air has been in business for 50 years. VintageAir.com. USA1Industries.com. Your square body source. Used them for my SEMA build. I've been pimping out their dashes for so long, 10 plus years. And people would always ask me, where's the best dash pad? USA1 Industries. USA1 Industries, without a doubt. So the team over there has been so supportive to me, my build. I get on their website, their process, it's easy, it flows. I can know what parts. And sometimes, honestly, I'm not even sure what parts I need, but when I go through the website, it kind of cues my mind. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should buy that. Oh yeah, I need that. It was extremely helpful. I got 2 large shipments when I was doing the Big Sky Bonanza build, and it saved me. It really did, to know, oh yeah, I'm glad that I ordered that. So when you're going through a big build, think USA1 Industries. Great support, fast shipping. Everything came just as I needed it to. And honestly, their packaging and their labeling was great. So I would be going through packages and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is this grommet. Oh yeah, this is this hardware. So support those guys, USA1Industries.com. And we appreciate all their support. Check them out, guys. 73 to 91. You need it. They got it. They ain't got it. You don't need it. Here we go. What up, C10 Nation? How about some Pacific Coast love? C10 Club, Washington. We've got kind of the king and queen up there. We've got Todd and Jen Manchester. Probably one of the most well-traveled couples in the community. You guys definitely drive your shit. This is, I should have looked this up, but I'm thinking this is your 6th, maybe 7th, but I'm going to go 6th. C10's on the Capitol. Is it 7th?
7th, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we missed a year.
I should have.
Okay, So yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. So the old COVID year. So you guys started in 19 and missed in 20 or missed in 21?
20, was it 21?
20, I think.
Was it 20? Oh gosh, yeah. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, because
Wow.
we kind of look at COVID as March of 2020, and then yeah, kind of crazy. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
what's going on up there for you guys? Are you we get to see around all the different shows, and have you got another show? We saw you in Moab, and now where are you off to before your show, or is everything getting ready for your show now?
Yeah, so we just finished up a Northwest C10 show last month. They opened up to all trucks, so it's mainly a truck show. And then we're gearing up for our sister club, Southwest Washington, next month. And then, of course, we're pushing for C-Town the Capital for our 7th year this year.
Not going far till after our show.
I've got the C10's at the lake coming up. I'm going to try to kind of put them in order when I do the pod, but that's kind of your sister. You guys are in, that's the show you're talking about, right? So you'll
so
go
we're
to that.
C10 Club Washington, and then they're the southwest portion of us. So they have a show, C10's at the lake. And 2nd year for them. So we're looking forward to supporting them and having a great turnout. And same thing for us, trying to get a good turnout out here in Washington and bring a good show to the Capitol. We're right on the Capitol grounds and beautiful setting. And we have some great sponsors and great vendors. And we're kind of kicking it up this year, doing a little pre-show cruise sponsored by AccuAir. So we're excited about that. Mm-hmm. And then our title sponsor,
Parts of America.
I always like, and they've sponsored us. Brother sponsored us the first 2 years, or
brother sponsored us a couple of years. Intervention and
Intervention.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Intervention sponsored us, I think, our first year, and now we're Classic Parts has taken it over since Brothers was bought, and been going strong with them since. But
we're bringing a cruise this year, and then we have an announcement coming up for a Sunday show too as well, that we're going to partner up with a group that's getting it all finalized. And so we're excited.
Larry a little something to do after the show.
So if we have people coming up.
So when you say that, that's going to be the Sunday, the 17th. Is that what you're saying?
It would be it would be a 16th.
16th. Yep. 16th. Because pre-show is the 14th. We're going to do a cruise in. We're meeting up at a local restaurant. Great little back roads
down to the restaurant, and then
and then our show Saturday, and
then Sunday there's another event that's
getting finalized
local.
Right now. So it'll be open to all trucks on that Sunday, and we'll be partnering up with Vic with KOT. So he will be there.
And Squared.
But so he's gonna be up here for that show, and so we're gonna help support him.
We're gonna be putting on a little event the day after ours, so we're gonna support him.
Okay, so he's got a lot going on. He just wrapped up his show up in Lincoln, and he's moving and shaking for sure. You guys, put you on the spot a little bit. You very well traveled. Give us some things that you like, because it's cool and it's unique that you get to go to so many different shows, and then you get to try to implement those things in your own show. So with that, and you don't have to name shows or whatever, but when you guys sit down and you're, Todd's like, hey, Jen, what do you think about this? Jen's like, hey, Todd, what do you think about this? And you guys kind of look at the big picture. What are some of the things that you really try to bring to your participants, because you get to see so many fun things, because you do go to a lot of shows?
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's one thing, like when we started it all, Dino's was a big thing for us. Like, and of course, when first few Dino's we went to, I don't know if there was 100 trucks there, but and you see what it is now, but it's the people, and we want to get people together and just have a good time. And, that's one thing, we don't do awards at our show, and because it's, I tell people all the time, if you just bought a $500 truck and bring it in there. That's just as cool to me as, you know, if you roll in there with a $300,000 truck, you know, it's, and I always tell people, you know, there's somebody, you know, we get people that message us and be like, man, is it cool? My truck be all right? And I'm like, oh, somebody's going to think that thing's cool. I don't care, you know? Yeah, there's somebody that wishes they had it. So
I think the one thing too that we take away sometimes from the show is the organization, because I love things organized, but one of the things like Dino's for one, he's meeting and greeting everybody. So we started changing that. So we did the same thing. I want to meet these people when they're rolling in. I want to greet them, give them a goodie bag, talk to them, you know. So we really did change that. We weren't doing that in the beginning. And I'm like,
and that's hard. That is
hard.
Believe it or not, it's hard to do because you're running around trying to take care of this and that and everything. And we're like, no, we got to, you know, we need to say hi to everyone.
But it's important. I think I feel it's important. Like when we roll into his show and he's doing that. So we do take away little things that we do see from other shows.
Lots of things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, again, like you said, you guys get to see so many different things, and you've been to shows that have already kind of moved on, and maybe they, you know, you outlived it, or they've moved. Like Chase, for example, he had his thing at the Capitol. You guys were there at the Capitol. You guys went to, you know, Moab, and you go up and down the coast. Venues are always fun. But really, I love how you say it. I remember talking to guys on the pod early on, and you know, you tell people like, "Oh, could I bring my truck?" And you're like, "No, you have to bring your truck. Get there." Like that's what motivates you to get to that event. If we didn't have shows, I don't know if we'd ever get anything done.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's the pride that you see. The guy with the $500 truck is taking just as much pride in it as the guy who had his truck built or spent a ton of money on. The pride is the same.
The guy with the $500 truck nowadays is a lucky dude because they're
yeah, there is no such thing. We might be saying that, but you know, unless Grandpa sold it to little Junior for $500 just so he had some skin in the game. But we know that that 500 is probably more like 5,000. But the point is the point, right? That hey, don't stress about what level your truck is. You're invited. You're going to meet great people. You're going to see and be motivated by other people's trucks. And don't be surprised that, you know, maybe it's a young kid, maybe it's an older guy or somebody who just had a truck like that or grew up in a truck like that, or their grandpa or their dad or their uncle. And they're going to come up and say, "Hey man, I love your truck, love what you're doing," and be very, very supportive. And that's what is really our community needs, and we need to continue to reward and let people know that support is a big part of it. And that's why we always say, you know, the trucks are cool, but the people are cooler, and they're going to be supportive. You're going to be surprised if you think anything other.
That's the thing with the community, you know, it's a lot different than just just your car show community. It's a lot different kind of deal with the trucks for sure.
You guys
that's why we started our show.
Well, and really there's a great little area up there, right? Where you guys have that Pacific Northwest. You guys have a lot going on. You pull from Idaho, you pull from different states.
Canada.
Vic's coming from Montana.
Yeah.
You pull up from Cali, from Oregon. 98 and older, is that what I remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so 98 and older. Do you is there a day of registration, or is it all pre-reg?
We would prefer pre-reg for sure, but we do day of as well. You know, a lot of people, because we're in the Pacific Northwest, so everybody's worried about it raining. A lot of people like to wait, but we always try to get them to pre-reg because it just makes getting in there a lot easier.
Makes it easier for us. And they get their packet in the mail, they're ready to go. And
is there a breakdown difference? Like what we try to do is reward people like, hey, if you're going to pre-reg, we're going to give you a little bit of a break. And we don't actually do day of because it's so much work. And we want it's, and for the audience, I get the weather, I get the different things, but get registered because it helps them. It helps them know what to anticipate. And the sooner that you're in the show, the better that you're not waiting to get in line to get in, to register to get in. And that lets you maximize your day, you know?
Yeah. And by pre-registering, you get a break on your registration and you can purchase shirts and you get a break on that too. So we try to get,
and then we throw in a show sticker too.
Yeah,
You get a nice little packet, you know.
You get a nice little packet in the mail with everything.
Yeah.
So we try to get
what's
people
the price breakdown for pre-reg versus day of?
It's like $10 difference.
But what does it cost? So is it like $29, $39, $49?
No, it's what is it?
What is it?
I don't know. It's on my website. I think it's $35 for a show and then $25 for a shirt.
Oh, okay. And then if you do it the day of, maybe it's $45 and
Correct.
a little bit more.
Yeah, and the shirts are $5 more too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we try not to do $5 because if people bring cash when they're rolling in, it's more money to exchange. So I'm like, okay, if it's a day of, it's like $40, guys. Like, you need to get in here and, you know. So we do try to encourage that as much as possible because we can't hold them on the road because they don't want us to block off that road that we have. So
we don't get to line people up. You show up and we're in there.
Yeah.
So it actually we get people
Yeah.
in there and park pretty fast. And there's no bad spots. You're not getting a better spot from by showing up early or late.
And we have some great volunteers that help park rigs for us. Most of the booth is run by family, so it's all by our kids and my family, my brother.
We try to keep the vendors are kind of board of the show, so they're part of the show. They're not stuck somewhere else. They can actually see all the trucks and everything from their spot.
And then we also have a great opportunity too because we're on the state capitol, so we get the opportunity to go up to the state capitol and get into areas that you normally wouldn't get into to do photo ops.
They kind of let us have the run of the place,
which is really nice.
Kind of take things over, because again, people are respectful and don't have we've not ever had an issue with somebody. No. The only thing I've ever had to throw out was a Ford or a Dodge.
Yeah.
Nobody doing burnouts.
Well, I've seen Mac in motion do some amazing photography up there. I think Nate Pierce as well. And and I think it's one of those things where you have such a cool opportunity, like going to Battle in Bama, he's not even at that venue anymore, but having the battleship in the background when Chase had the C10 Club Utah 25-year commemorative show at the Capitol in Utah. And now you guys and what you do at the Capitol, and it makes it so it's like, hey, you get the chance to really have a really cool, unique photo op by choosing that and being right there on the Capitol.
For sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of red tape to get get
Yeah, but, it wasn't easy to get that spot.
It was not easy to get it.
We've been able to stick it out.
Yeah, the first show they've ever had on that grass, and we had to write a letter, and it had to go through this board on all this stuff. So, but it's been great. They're really easy to work with. It's been working out really well. So, and we have room to grow. So there's 8 acres there. So we have quite a bit of room if we wanted to.
I love to hear great stories of different folks in different areas that just get so much support from their community because, again, it's beds and heads and heads and beds, not beds and heads that you guys are putting into the hotels, that they're spending money, they're in the area. And that's a byproduct that a lot of the community might not realize. We just got back from Utah and you see what happens in Moab and it's just so awesome, and they really welcome it out with, roll out the red carpet to Chase and what he does, he gives back. I just had big Brett Sullivan on from Southern Illinois Truck Show, and he throws that show in Marion, Illinois. And it's like, hey man, these are these small towns that are they want the people to come in, the hotels, the foods, the restaurant, the whole community.
Yeah. 100%.
Yep. The same thing.
Do you guys have host hotels that are attached? How many do you have?
So we have 2 host hotels. They're about a mile from the venue. Because a couple of years we did a hotel really close by, but the parking lot was not feasible.
There was one close by, but it was not.
So we have two host hotels, and they're side by side, and there's plenty of parking for truck and trailer, RV parking. Like if you need to bring, we have plenty of room for that.
And we have truck and trailer parking at the venue as well, so you can pull in there and unload at the show and park your. Rig,
so we have that set up too, which is nice. So, and then too, it's like we have, I don't know if you've seen, but we have the grass area. So we're on grass, we're not on asphalt, which is really nice. And then we have the water, and then we have the Capitol in the background. Yeah. And it's also nice because we're downtown. So if you want to go walk to a restaurant and come back, or, you know, eat at one of the food trucks or whatever, I mean, it's very relaxed atmosphere, and we keep it very, you know, family friendly, and you know.
Yeah, that's what we want. It's just a chill kind of chill day with trucks and
just have fun.
Have fun. Yeah.
What would help you guys out? Just more early registration so you don't get jammed up so hard at the end, or, you know, just getting the word out, because I think that's so important, you know, for the audience. It's just, if you don't do a show, or if you do a show, then you know it's work and it's it's, you know, there's just communication. Do you ever get into a problem where people are looking for passes, and what's the best way to get with you? Do you prefer that people exchange them amongst each other, or do you prefer they go through you? How do you guys prefer that? If that
whatever works best for them. Whatever works best. If they are not going to be able to make it and they want to pass it on, they can post it up. They can send it to us. We'll post it up for them. We're good about all that. And you know, same thing. It's like, we just want to be able to put the word out there that we have this great show in Washington. You know, we have a lot of local vendors. It would be nice to get some of the big name vendors to come up. If that's hard,
we struggle to get some support up here because we're far.
Well, and you gotta realize,
and we have people tell us how far we are, and we're like, I know I'm here.
Yeah, we know. Well, one thing I was just talking to Brett about, and I think it's so important, is that I think the fad, or I think the smaller shows are doing really well. So I get that it's a balance, right? You're always kind of trying to figure out, well, how many do I need? More vendors? And do more vendors bring more people, or do more people? And, you know, I've had this discussion with not only Sam, but other people that are in my area. And it's like, hey, are you a boutique show? And we keep it under, you know, because we've even tried to keep our vendors kind of small when we have the old venue, the Chandler venue. And so I don't know what the answer is. You guys go to a lot of shows, you see, you know, big vendors, big crowd, big people. You see medium and you see small, and you're like, okay, well, how do I want to balance my show?
Yeah, no, for sure. But I try to tell the vendors, you know, people do appreciate the vendors, and we get people that ask us. Of course, again, you know, we're way up here, so sometimes we get some good people showing up, and everybody gets excited. And then the next year it's something different, you know. People are like, "Who's coming? Who's coming?" So it's
kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, you know, it's.
Plus, we want to support our local, you know, vendors that are around here. You know, like we got Ben. Ben comes, he always supports. You know, we have AccuAir, they always support. You know, we have Miller's Garage, they're always great supporters. We put them to work. So I mean, we have a lot of, you know, people that are in this area too. So, but it's nice to like, okay, come on, reel in a couple.
Yeah.
But you know,
you're right. It's just tough because you're up there, but again, it's like, hey, you guys come up and enjoy this weather and this beautiful country.
Yeah.
And
well,
what about Canada? Do you guys pull some decent numbers from Canada?
We do. We
do actually.
And that's another thing we try to tell vendors too, because like they're coming here buying stuff and bringing it back, so they don't have to have it shipped, which is huge.
If they can come to our show and buy whatever parts, T-shirts, whatever they can get their hands on, it's saving them a lot. You know, they pay to ship something to Canada is the killer for them. So
right.
Yeah. I wonder how they do that, because I almost felt like they have to like act like it's part of the truck, so they don't have to go through the customs of everything.
Yeah, they're
allowed so much.
They're allowed so much, and a lot of times customs doesn't even. They just say, "All right, bye." You know?
Sometimes they don't worry. They're just looking at the truck.
They're driving an old truck. How about alcohol on the Capitol? Is that one of those things where do you guys? Is it? Hey, I'm not going to check your cooler, but we're not permitted for that.
Yeah, exactly.
If nobody sees it.
Yeah, they prefer us. You don't have a license for that, but also it is a public park and they don't allow it. Yeah. But
if you're sitting there with beer cans, I'm going to tell you.
Put a cozy on it.
Yeah. Hey, you guys out there, be smart. Here's your rule. Pre-register so they know you're coming. Get your shirts so they know how many shirts to order and the size. Yeah. And then have lots of koozies ready to cover your cans or red Solo cups.
We got
Yep.
koozies.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll help you out on that. So
It's been low key. It's been
low key.
It's been good.
There's always they have their own. It's the Capitol ground, so they have their own police force there.
Their police, so they come by.
So they're always down there hanging out. They enjoy it. They have fun. They'll bring their side by side.
They bring the side by side so the kids can see it. They'll bring stickers for the kids and all kinds of stuff like that. And then this year we're donating to our local humane society. We're big on dogs, and so and animals in general, but we're dog people, and so this year our raffle proceeds will be going to that. So we're excited about that. We always have bowls of water out and treats, and so we have a lot of people who bring their dogs.
Yeah, bring your puppies out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's even better. Okay, so we've got a dog-friendly show. Humane Society is going to benefit, which is always a huge thing. And I mean, people love that. And again, well, it's going to be brought up a few times in this pod, but most shows are connected with some sort of charity. Brett is connected to the military. We just went through, with Moab, with what they have going up there and what they donate to the Grand County Sheriff's Office, and Chase donated 70 grand. I mean, that's just it's just freaking believable.
I need him to do some fundraising for me.
It's pretty amazing, right? What he does and his story and it's pretty crazy. About how many trucks do you guys expect? I mean, it's hard to say, but is this from the perspective, again, of that boutique style? Are you thinking like 500, or is it like right in that area?
We're usually about, 300?
350. Yeah, we're not usually not huge,
like last year it rained, so we didn't have a huge turnout.
Yeah, last year was rainy, so it was a little light, but yeah.
And then what do you think you could handle? So is it a venue that can handle 600? Okay. So 500, right? Because I look at like Chase, and I think he was thinking about 600, that little park, right? And it held it pretty well.
We would cut it off at, 450 would probably be as many as we would want to, just to keep it, I've been to some big shows.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I want to run one.
Yeah, you're right. It gets pretty crazy. So an intimate show, let's just call it 400 for simplicity, which is perfect. And you guys can pre-register. You're going to save a little bit of money there. Obviously, hotels. Most hotels are really flexible. So if you think you're going to go, get your hotel booked, because you don't want to wait. And then the prices go up, availability goes down. And it's like, hey, grab your hotel, talk to the boss, see if she wants to go with you or not, get a couple buddies, make the trip, and get behind it.
We do the same thing. Usually by March, I usually have to have my time in.
We're usually booking stuff in January.
I book everything out. I just book it out, whether we're going to go or not, and there's times when we get tickets and we don't go, but I want that to still support them, so.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The 14th, you're going to have your pre-cruise, right?
Yep.
Pre-cruise, yep.
Okay, and that's going to be in downtown Olympia.
Yeah, it's going to be downtown Olympia. It's going to head towards Tumwater. We're meeting up at a brewery that's family-oriented. It is sponsored by AccuAir. And then our show is Saturday. So we'll be having the show Saturday. And then Sunday, we are teaming up with Vic with KOT. So he's going to be doing a thing in Marysville, and we'll be posting that up too as well. So, yeah.
Just keep an eye out for that.
Now, I know you're gonna let more of that, we're going to know more as that gets going. How far is that going to be from Olympia? So we know, so people can start putting that in their heads.
Probably an hour and a half.
Yeah, it is probably about an hour and a half. Yeah.
For the north, hour and a half north, probably.
Okay, so you guys can check them out pretty easy. They've got their own IG page, C10's on the Capitol, and you guys can get all your information there. Where else, or what else, if they have any other questions for you guys? Just get on the
C10
website.
Club Washington. You can message us Instagram, Facebook. Also, our website, C10 Club Washington, also has all of our event stuff on there too as well. So you can definitely check that out as well.
You can go on there, pre-register,
message
buy
us.
shirts, pay for sponsorship,
host hotel, event information. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Pre-register, help them out, save some money. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Bye, Ronnie. Thank you.
See you guys. All right. So taking us out here, we've got our fourth show. We've got the Snake River Truck Show. And Devin, this is, I'm going to guess your sixth year maybe doing this. Seventh year. So we've got Devin Ance. Devin is a player more in the Ford world. I know, but everybody's welcome to this show. So Idaho Falls, 7th annual Snake River Truck Show. Definitely continues to grow. I appreciate you coming on. I love where you're at in Idaho, that Idaho Falls area. Kind of for you guys, think Utah, Jackson, Wyoming. Think about Idaho Falls, and you guys probably have a pretty good draw from Utah, Idaho, Wyoming. Everybody coming together. Maybe somebody from Montana. What are you seeing? And tell us about your show, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I really appreciate the support, Ronnie. So this is, like he said, it's our 7th year doing this event. We actually draw people in from California, Washington, Arizona. We have a big crew that cruises up from Arizona, Nevada, obviously Utah. I mean, all over the place. So it's super cool to see the support. We get everything. I mean, it's not just a Ford show, right? I mean, there's plenty of C10's and rad trucks that come out to the event. It's a free event we do every year. And one of the biggest things that drives this show forward is we raise. Like I said, it's free. Drives this show forward is Operation Pay It Forward. 100% of the money we raise at the event through raffles and things like that, and T-shirt sales, is 100% given back to this veterans organization, and it's awesome. All about the truck community, bringing people together and having a good time.
It's awesome. And again, I mean, the benefits and what people are doing in the communities to continue to not only support the communities, get support back from their communities, but giving to a bigger cause. And for your cause, Operation Pay It Forward, 7 years of doing this, it's got to be gratifying.
Oh, it's extremely gratifying. And, the people that come out to the event, they make it what it is, right? So we don't charge for the show because we couldn't have a show without the vehicles. And so we just ask folks to make that donation however they can, buying raffle tickets. I mean, we give away an AR-15 and all kinds of good goodies. And I mean, overall, like, the support from the community is unbelievable and extremely grateful.
When you have a free show like that, one of the complications that I see is, how do you know how many people to expect? Is there a way to, hey, register, it's a free show, but then we know you're coming and we know to expect 400, 500, 600 because it is a free event?
Yeah, so we do have a pre-registration opportunity. We ask people if they can to go on, pre-register, tell us where you're coming from, what you're bringing, and register each individual vehicle so we actually can get a better count and know how much space we have. Fortunately, the city of Ammon has allocated us their whole park at McCowan Park for us to use. It's all on grass, plenty of trees, and we got lots of room to grow, which is phenomenal. But yeah, pre-registration definitely makes it a lot easier. So it saves my wife and my buddy's wife, Nicole, a lot of time at check-in if people have come through and pre-reg.
Do you know about, have you seen a pretty steady increase in participants over the years?
Yeah, we have. I mean, obviously it started out in Shelley, Idaho at my buddy's ag parts building, and it went from, 70 trucks plus to, we were well over 300, pushing 400 this last year. I'm hoping that we get more and more each year, just coming out to enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. And then once we just, that's the thing is, like, for the reunion, I wish I had more Ford trucks. I know my audience is like, no, and I just love the variety. I love the Fords and the Dodges. I don't care if there's a little Nissan hardbody, maybe a Toyota. This year we included cars, mostly some bugs that we put in there. And I think it's like, well, my reach is obviously so C10 specific that our spots are our spots. We can sell what we can sell. And the same thing goes for you. It's like, well, your reach is probably more Ford based. And there's a lot of Fords that run around that Idaho area. But at the end of the day, I love seeing all the variety, the high trucks, the low trucks, the Chevs, the blue ovals, the V-dubs, the cars, the different variety. And I think that that's important in the long run. And sometimes you'll go to look at a truck and you'll be like, all right, I'm not necessarily a Dodge guy, but man, this swept line, I don't think I knew how cool these were. Or this first gen Dodge, running this 12 valve Cummins, before it was like the turbo, and it's like, oh, this is cool, and this old boy has it, and he's so proud, and you're like, all right, there's cool guys out there that are building really cool shit.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, variety is the spice of life, right? Like, we all have the things that we absolutely love, but man, there's something about a Slam C10. Like, it's hard to get past. Like, it makes you stop and look and see what people are doing. I like them all. Cool sheet metal is cool sheet metal, regardless of what's stamped on the front.
Do you get, with a free show like that, do you draw in some different vendors, some bigger sponsors? Do you have a title?
Yeah, so our title sponsor this year is, again, it's going to be Hernandez Customs. They're out of Rexburg. They came in as a title sponsor this last year, set up a big booth, brought out some really, really cool rides that they're building. We have a lot of smaller sponsors that come in. Like I said, we're not trying to make a bunch of money on the show. Anything that we do beyond what it costs us to put it on goes to Operation Pay It Forward. And eventually I'd love to have bigger vendors come in and set up booths and, really come in and support. I mean, we have some companies that support with swag and things like that for the raffle, but I'd love for people to come in and set up a booth and like just more money heading to the pot for the veterans. So that's a big deal.
About how many can you handle at your current venue?
I think we could probably fit 1,000 to 1,200 vehicles.
Okay. So yeah, you'll be there for a while then, build it up.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as the city of Ammon is happy with us. I mean, one thing I have to say is the people that come out aren't leaving a mess. I walk around and pick up trash after, and I can barely pick up like a grocery sack worth of wrappers or trash or anything from our community because they're picking up behind ourselves. It keeps the city of Ammon happy. We're leaving the place better than we find it. So I couldn't ask for better.
Yeah, who doesn't love that? How far is Ammon from Idaho Falls? Or is it neighboring?
Yeah, they touch. So the dividing factor between Idaho Falls and Ammon is 25th. And one side of 25th is Idaho Falls. The other side of 25th is Ammon. And it's basically one big community.
All right. Awesome. So you're expecting, let's call it 400, hopefully you get to that point. You've got Hernandez Customs as your title. You've got do you get some other shops and that come in as well? Or do they set up to display and say, hey, we're displaying because we want you to use this as a shop? Or do they just kind of come and say, hey, we're just going to come and support your show and set up 3 trucks?
Yeah, we get a mix of both. So we have some people that'll come and set up booths and, obviously peddle their wares, come work with us, let us build your truck, let us build your dream. Again, Hernandez absolutely knocks that out of the park. They're one of the top tier shops in this whole area. They build everything from Ford, Chevy, you name it, they got it. Cars, trucks. And they specialize in both up and down, modern swaps into vehicles. When it leaves, it's really, really good. The other shops that come in, like they'll come in, they'll set up a booth and hand out their cards and whatnot. But for the most part, people just roll in and show off their rides.
One of my favorite builders there, he doesn't really have his own shop. He just has his own shop. There's a guy by the name of Byron Morgan, and he's right there, right by you guys, right? So hopefully he could bring one of his plethora of really rad square bodies, C10's. He's got a V-dub. He's got a little bit of everything.
Oh, man. Byron is as good as they come. I mean, he's 10 minutes from my house here and got a good tour of his place when I went out to check out the snowman. And man, that guy has some unbelievable stuff. I've been trying to twist his arm into bringing more than one, but each year he kind of brings 1 or 2 out and shows them off. Last year he had the little blue and white truck. Which is gorgeous, little square body. And I'm hoping to see Snowman out there this year. That SS that he has, that's absolutely immaculate. Like, you could eat off the inside of the console in that truck. There's not a single scratch or a speck of dust in a completely factory OG truck with low miles, good interior. I mean, Byron knows what he's looking at. He knows what he's building, and putting things together is like top shelf.
Yeah. High end. He does a really good job. He's got a truck that's out here in Arizona being built by Dell. He picked up that darker short bed square body, I think it's 78 recently, and he's still wrapping up Snowman. So he has got a lot of irons in the fire. He makes it look easy. I love his style, love the build, love the interior that he just showed us all on social media with the Snowman. So can't wait, and hopefully maybe he'll debut that. I don't know that it's been debuted yet, so this might be a perfect timing. You get behind him and say, come on, dude, let's debut this thing at the Snake River Truck Show. It's right here close to home.
Absolutely. Definitely. I'll twist his arm a little bit. I'd love to see that thing out there and have it debuted. And when you talk about the one that he's getting built by Dell. I mean, that truck is Woodrow, right? I think that's the name.
Woodrow. Yep. Yeah. Okra, Spanish gold with the wood grain. And, yeah, he's running the Dell CSTs and, big motor, big power. So that's going to be one just legit. I think they were thinking maybe debut it at Dino's this year. Don't hold me to that, but we'll see, how those builds go. So hopefully he's just pushing the envelope. I love his style. Less is more, clean, keeps enough factory, and then that modern update. So, and again, that just shows you that in the variety of just the truck shows we're covering for this episode, we've got Idaho, 2 in Washington, 1 in Illinois, and there's just going to be rad trucks throughout. And we're just really lucky that the movement of classic trucks, our generation, so many different trucks, so many different styles, and just really rad builders. Some are in their garage, some are on their carport, some are paying somebody else to build it. But at the end of the day, it's good for us that we get to see it. It's good for print magazine. It's good for videos. It's good for everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so one of the big questions I've been asking is hooch. So booze, is that because you are at a park? Is it a city park? Is that like, hey, we're not going to check coolers, but maybe a red cup, or make sure you've got a koozie and be nice, follow the rules, and don't get too crazy?
Yeah, 100%. We're not checking coolers. We leave it open. Just be respectful. Don't flaunt it too hard. I mean, obviously the cops drive through and things like that, and it's Idaho Falls, so it's a little bit strict. But koozies, red Solo cups. If you want to mix something up, do it. Keep it.
Yeah, mix it up.
A little bit fun.
It's clear. It looks like a soda pop, maybe a little rum and Coke, and they can't smell. Let's just have a 60% Coke, 40% rum, not the other way around. They look at it and they're like, "Holy shit!" Does Idaho Falls have? I was explaining this to a guy the other day. The near beer or the so if you go to the grocery store, the beer is a less percent than it is at the liquor store. Is that how Idaho is?
No, Idaho is completely normal. Okay. You see that in Utah a lot, where you kind of get that watered down.
Well, I think Colorado. My mother-in-law lived in Durango, and when you would go, it's not now, but 5 years ago, if you would go and buy it at the grocery store, it was going to be watered down beer, and you had to go literally usually in the same damn parking lot as a liquor store, and you were getting the normal, percent, whatever, I don't know, was beer 5.7 or some shit versus
the 3.2. Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting the 3.2. So it was like, so she goes, one time I show up and she goes, "You bought beer at the store?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "That's 3.2. And I'm like, "Oh my God, no wonder I drink 8 of them and I'm just pissing all night and I don't even feel it." Like, I'm just like, because I bought near beer, I bought 3.2. So, okay. So Idaho's normal. Now, another question for you, and this is gee whiz for the audience. They're like, are you going to talk about trucks or booze? Sunday, can you buy it on Sunday?
You can't go to the liquor store and buy liquor on Sunday. You can still buy beer at the grocery store. So they have the hard split here. So it's all liquor is at the liquor stores.
Yeah.
Beer is at convenience stores, gas stations, convenience stores, grocery stores. I mean, you can still buy beer on Sunday, but the liquor stores are all state run.
That's how Montana is too. I always think that's funny because our stores in Arizona, we're spoiled. I mean, it's full, no near beer, liquor everywhere, and so you can just get it all at one stop. It's a big liquor section, a lot of bottles, top shelf, low shelf, and some big ass beer coolers. So yeah, we got it going on here, I guess, in Arizona. But okay, so if you're going to the Snake River Truck Show, consider their alcohol. Now, if you, for the raffles, how do you guys do that? Is that you buy, you spend $50, you get 100 tickets, and then you guys do draws, or how are you guys going about doing that?
Yeah. So for the raffle, for the lower end items, we have a big variety of low ticket or low price items, but we do that it's 5 tickets for $20, and then we sell like a capped number of tickets for the AR and for the higher end items, so that you feel like you're not just getting run through the ringer and spending a bunch of money with no chance. There's actually a legit percentage that you have to win the gun. And
how do you keep count of that?
So we have 2 separate colors on tickets. The raffle table is actually run by one of the founders of Operation Pay It Forward, Eric Pauly, and my son. They team up together and sell raffle tickets, and everything kind of goes through him. And then during the show, like during the awards, we do some awards, we draw some raffles, we do awards, we draw some raffles, just so it's breaking it up so that people aren't just sitting there waiting for one or the other and then bouncing when one's done. Just trying to keep people engaged throughout the whole process.
How do you do awards? Is it where you guys are picking top trucks, categories? Who's picking? Just different people you select, pick one of their favorite, or do you have categories?
Yeah, so we actually have categories, right? We have our People's Choice, which is a huge one. That's the one that everybody gets to vote on and see who wins that. For all the other categories, like our standard truck show categories, those are picked by 3 outside individuals that we have come into the show, so that it's not the people at the show choosing trucks. We don't want anybody to accuse us of picking our favorites or just like doing the friend hee-haw handoff, right? And so we have people that come in that are knowledgeable about the industry as a whole, not just one brand or the other. They're going to go through and actually spend time looking at each individual vehicle and picking the very best of each category. And then we have our sponsors have their own, and they are allowed to go through and pick the vehicle that they feel like deserves their trophy. So there's lots of opportunities. Amber and Travis at ZZ Garage and Luca Jen at Tomahawk out of Arizona have been kind enough to do our trophies and powder coating for the last few years, and they absolutely kill it.
Awesome.
The patina one, they went above and beyond this last year. They made it look like rust, and it was all powder coated in. And it's fun to hand somebody something that's been plas cut, that's a big shape of the state with what they won in. And then my buddy Trent Gosser, he and his wife have been instrumental in helping out with this show for the last number of years, putting it all together, chasing down vendors like food vendors and things like that. He actually spends time and does hand cut skulls out of pistons and builds trophies for truck of the year and People's Choice, and then some smaller ones if he's got time to hand out with the other awards. But it's just fun, something a little unique.
Yeah, super rad. That's awesome. And then do you know about how many you have? Is it like, hey, we have 400 trucks and we give out 25 awards?
So we give out, show award wise, we give out 23 or 24 categories worth of awards for the show. And then however many sponsors is how many sponsor trophies there are.
Mm-hmm.
We want people to feel like they come out and have a chance. Whether it's the kid that pulled his grandpa's truck out of the field, he's 14 years old, which in Idaho, you can get a farm use and you can drive. So, that 14-year-old kid bringing his truck out that he's proud of, that might be a total beater that needs a ton of work, full of, rat feces and rust and, all the stuff we dealt with, right, in our first vehicles. We want him to feel as comfortable bringing his truck to the show with a chance to win a trophy, either a young gun kind of trophy or, a project trophy or whatever it is, as same for the guys that are bringing out SEMA builds, because we get a mix of everything. We want it to be comfortable for everybody to come through. So there's always a chance to win an award.
Yeah, that's bitching. That's awesome. Host hotels, do you guys have a selection of host hotels that you work with, or just kind of in that area?
So we have one host hotel this year. It's the La Quinta. They're in Ammon. They decided they were willing to come on. I mean, most everybody that's coming in from out of town was staying there anyway, and we hit them up and let them know what we had. So I think that our dates for that kind of close up here at the end of July for them as far as the room block off that they have for us. So you get a little bit of a better deal if you book for the show with those guys.
Awesome. Okay, so La Quinta, and then pre-register, even though it's for free, so they know how much, what to expect, what's coming in. And then your Friday pre-party, what's that? What do you got going on there?
So in years past, we've done our pre-party at the event where we're having the event. So it's been at McCowan Park. This year, our pre-party is going to be at Pristine Detailing in Rigby, owned by Preston Hawkins. He asked if he could host the show there, or the pre-party there at his place. So we'll have a taco truck in there. That's open to cars, trucks, bikes, anything, right? So we just want people to come out and have a good time. Again, it's about the community, and Preston's been supporting the show since day one. I mean, that kid's unbelievable. So,
well, a cool venue, right? He gets to open up the doors. I've seen the posts that you do, and I follow him, and hey, have all his stuff out there, open up the doors. What a great venue, really, for that. A couple tacos, there'll be some refreshments flowing, and maybe a DJ or a band or something, some music popping, and people hanging out. And sometimes that can be as fun, if not funner, than the show itself when you get to those pre-parties.
100%. Like,
yeah,
you got people coming in from out of state. You haven't seen them forever. You're all getting together, hanging out, having a good time. And you're absolutely right. Those pre-parties can be a blast and, just fun.
Good. Well, we wanted to share this with the C10 world. So it's going to be August 14th and 15th.
Yes.
Okay. 14th and 15th, pre-party, get together at, Preston's place. And, which is, is that in Idaho Falls, really close to you?
It's in Rigby. So it's,
Rigby, where Byron's at, right?
Yeah, it's about a mile from my house. It's off of the Highway 20 county line exit. He's got.
Okay, so those are all close. You're hoping for maybe 400 trucks. It's a free venue. Obviously, everything what goes above and beyond what it takes to run the show. Operation Pay It Forward, and you guys have some killer raffles. Where is the best place for them to register, to go in and get going on this?
So all the registration stuff, the best place is through our Facebook page, the Snake River Truck Show. Go in there, click the registration button. It gets you all dialed in. They're going to ask you all the questions about your vehicle, where you're coming from. It gives you a registration number at that point. So when you just show up, you're ready to rock and roll.
So I can't imagine somebody listening to this wouldn't have Facebook, but do you ever have people that don't have Facebook? And then where would they even think about registering?
Yeah, that's the hard part.
And do you do day of registration or all pre?
Absolutely. So if you can't do the pre-registration for whatever reason, we do registration on site. Both Nicole,
well, that makes it easy. It's free. You just get in, right? But
come in, sign up, fill out your paperwork, talk to the ladies. They'll get you hooked up with a window sticker that's a peelable sticker. So nothing permanent. If anybody doesn't want to leave it on their windshield, it's just easy peel. But it throws your number on there, and we get some info on you, collect some emails so that we can send out a e-blast letting people know, hey, we got it coming up. Please join us again. So,
and then you guys have shirts as well?
Yes, we have shirts. So Mountaintop Printing has stepped up in a big way this year. They're going to be doing printing on site. So they're coming out with black and white blanks, Next Level Tees, which are a phenomenal blank for a t-shirt. They've got direct transfers, and they're going to be pressing them right there in a trailer on site. So the cost of the shirts times 2, right? So like if it's a $15 shirt, shirts are going to sell for $30. They take their cost of the shirt. The other 50% of the money goes directly to Operation Pay It Forward. So it saves us a lot in having to do overhead where we're buying however many shirts, just guessing if we're going to have 400 people, buy 400 t-shirts, hope they sell. And they're actually helping us out by setting up, putting t-shirts on people's backs right on the spot and not having us carry any overhead.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's old school, man. I mean, obviously, a lot of sport events over my childhood and buying shirts and going to the mall and little press on and the whole thing. So that's pretty cool that you have them involved. So, all right, guys, if you're in the area or if you're not and you want to go out and check out a really rad show with some highs, some lows, a little bit of blend of everything, that's it. Snake River Truck Show. Facebook is preferred. If not, get a hold of me and I'll get you with Devin and we can get you guys squared away. And you know what? We got like 2 months away.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. The summer's flying by. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, thank you. I really appreciate the support, man.
You got it. Hey guys, are you thinking about swapping out your old motor for a more reliable LSLT based power plant? Behind each PSI harness, you get over 10 years of experience in the business, online tech support, phone support, and harnesses made in the U.S. That's PSIconversion.com. Have you guys heard of Doja Mat? Retro mats done right. You know those classic floor mats we all grew up with? Well, Doja Mat has created that same classic style with all of your favorite slogans. Dent side, bull nose, 4x4, high boy, bump side, truckin' with the horns, of course, and so much more. Check them out at dojamat.com. That's DOJAMAT.com. Dojamat.com. Retro mats done right. You've heard me talk about my gauges. Dakota Digital. I love them. Dakota Digital has the best gauges for our trucks. These kits are complete with sensors for any engine. They look just like the stock clusters, but have all the technology you'd expect from Dakota Digital. It's like a modern truck, but even better in a classic. Dakota Digital is absolutely the best in aftermarket gauges, so check them out at dakotadigital.com. dakotadigital.com. What up, C10 Nation? How about a little truck show showcase? And one of the shows I really, really would love to get to is the Southern Illinois Truck Show, Marion, Illinois, Mountain Dew Park. I mean, even Mountain Dew Park. I mean, let's talk about that. Who wouldn't want to go to a Mountain Dew Park? So I've got Big Brett Sullivan. Brett, this is your 5th year, so kind of synonymous for me when I think about the 5th year. That's like, I've been doing the reunion for 5 years, so we got 5 years under our belt. You got a lot of the kinks out. You guys are getting bigger and better. And what I love about what I don't know if I came up with it or was already, but the initials were SIT. So I used to just say the SIT show, Southern Illinois Truck Show, Marion, Illinois. You got Jesse at level 7 down there. You've got people from Tennessee. You've got Kentucky. You've got, I think, St. Louis pulling over, and then obviously Illinois. So you have such a great area. What a great time and a great place to throw a show. So thanks for taking time to give us a little love on the truck show.
Frank, I appreciate it so much, man. And last year was a kind of a turning point for us. And we had 763 trucks from 25 states. And it was like, I think 2026 is the year to go 2-day event.
I feel like with the truck shows, and this would, kind of be truck show talk, right? So I feel like people are looking for that. There's a really a happy medium and I look at Terry Hill, the show that you get to, I just love this show. C10's in the park, Waxahachie. He keeps it like right at that 1,000 mark. It's small enough to be intimate enough, and I feel like that's the big draw now, where you had, the bigger shows, and obviously we have the Get Down, which is bigger than big. But now I think you see a lot of the boutique show. You and I were just in Moab, and let's call it 500 trucks, plus or minus 100. But and maybe there's a better word than boutique show, but those shows, they're intimate enough to where you can see people, break bread with people. Having a 2 day is gonna incentivize people to go for maybe that would go a little further. Maybe you'll get a little bit more aftermarket support because you're going to have people that are going to want to vend. And so I think that blend of what you have in your location, and again, the community is really strong out there. And I think what you have going on is it's really awesome. And it's really fun to see other people grow in other areas of the country and have success in what isn't easy. People don't realize we might make it look easy, but it's a lot of work. And I'm really, 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 really happy that the community is behind you, because you're giving back to the community in that support. So for the audience, that's heads in beds at motels. That's money. That's tax. That's goes to the city, the state, to the county, however. So good on you guys for doing that.
Yeah, so we're, I joke about this. My wife gives me a hard time and everything else, about it. Like, my ADHD won't let me sit still long enough to just have your stereotypical, hey, we all pull in and everybody sits in their lawn chairs for 2 days and then we pull out type thing. So historically, what we have done as a 1-day event, we would kick off on Friday and have Jesse would host an open house at level 7, which is like 3 miles away from our venue. We would have a pre-party at the tap house, the 618 tap house, which is like 500 feet from our venue. And we would have a band there and all that, and then show on Saturday. And then Saturday night, we do a cruise in the historic downtown area. We've got a great band there that plays like nothing but the Motown hits. And so it creates an awesome atmosphere, very picturesque. And it's so much stuff going on. And, what I've told people before when I've talked to them about coming to the showdown has been, give me a chance one time. I'll never bother you again, But what I've gotten out of, whether it is spectators, participants, or folks within the industry has been, man, this is, I love this or I love that. Maybe it might be just like what everybody else has going on here and there or whatever. It might be something typical, but there was one thing about it that they really loved. And so, um, our thing is we're going to have a great time no matter what. We've had a couple of things that, kind of slogan type stuff that we've come up with, talking about what kind of trucks we want to see there. It's like $200 or $200,000. We want to see it there because it's about the people. And, and another thing has been if there's 20 people there, we're going to have a great time. If there's 2,000 people there, we're going to have a great time. It's not about, we're just trying to make something exist. So it's not about the money end of it either, really. It's just going to take care of itself. And that's it. Nobody's trying to get rich, all this stuff. We have careers.
Guys, when you think about that, when you break it down, what would be your cap at Mountain Dew Park?
I think we would probably cap at the 1,200 mark. And that's just.
Do you
And
think
here's the
you'll
thing.
be there this year? Do you know where you're at this year?
You know what? To be honest, so all I have to go off of is like our pre-registration, but it only accounts for typically over the last few years it accounts for like 15% of our attendance.
Yeah, and I've seen that, and that's a really cool thing to have a bat and something very unique. Obviously, you're at a baseball stadium. I think what you guys are doing is really spot on. You kind of I don't know that I caught it if it was a breakup in the audio. So is there that day registration as well then?
Yes, there is. Yes, day of registration is available.
So if
There.
if they get to choose though, if they want to be on the infield, or are you hand selecting that, or do you let them pick
So
that?
it's.
So they say, hey, I want to be the judged, or hey, I just want to be a parking lot party.
I mean, the stadium is kind of on us about making sure that we're not like, bringing somebody something out there that might be leaking on the field or whatever. But beyond that, I mean, uh, we've got some pretty nice stuff registered uh, for the show, and all I've asked is, hey, before you before you click on the VIP, it will tell you, hey, reach out, shoot us a picture, and uh, and then we'll give you the go ahead or no.
Yeah, and you're on Labor Day weekend, so it's a really, I mean, what a fun time, right? So you think about some of the peak weather out there in Illinois. You've got the Thursday, like you said, some of the kind of the VIP. You're a 2 day show now. So Friday, Saturday, but you still got Saturday or Sunday and Monday to get home, correct?
Yeah, you got travel time there, and it's you know, and the thing of it is, like, I want people to know kind of like where we're located. So we say it's Marion, Illinois. So and we have a lot of folks from everywhere that show up. We've got a lot of friends from up in the Chicagoland area that will come and join us. But I can virtually visit like 12 different states in the time frame it would take me to get to Chicago. So, I mean, we're 3 hours from Nashville. We're an hour and a half from St. Louis. We're 5.5 hours from Chicago. Louisville is 4 hours. New York to Texas and everywhere in between. So,
And it really doesn't really matter. What matters is that people are driving their shit and they're getting out to your show. We're so lucky that we have the amount of shows that we have, and again, congratulations on 5 years. You've got LMC behind you. You've got AMD, and that's what's so cool about our community is that you could have a kid who's got a $5,000 truck drinking beer next to a guy who's got a $250,000 truck drinking beer and just having a good time. And it's pretty cool. What else? So you have a host hotel. This is just kind of a lightning round to tell the audience the different things. You guys have a host hotel. Is there an incentive to pre-register versus the day of, so that to me that takes the pressure off you, because day of is just crazy. It's just a lot of stress.
so when you pre-register for the show, we give you raffle tickets, and they come with your pre-registration. But then also when you show up the day of, you get all of those raffle tickets all over again. So you're getting double raffle tickets, which might not seem like a big deal, but There's a lot of folks within the industry that have donated stuff to us, and we sell raffle tickets. If you're a participant, you get them. So we do all these giveaways, and everything that we get given to us is turned around and given away to the folks that are there. And it's
That's another amazing thing. Just like Chase, who leads it, with donating what he does and what you guys are doing and taking those raffles and taking those donations. You guys get the opportunity, if you're going to participate, get behind the show, get behind what's a great cause, giving back to the community. Cost. What's the cost to go to the show, whether that's pre-registration or day of?
so it's $35 across the board, whether you're day of or pre-registration. Our VIP
Okay.
package, our VIP package is $150, and that's
And
on
do
the,
you
that's
have to be VIP to get on the lawn and to enter for the higher
yeah,
level, or does that just get you in the
yeah.
Thursday pre-show?
No, that's it's 150. That is the part that gets you on the field. That's part of the judge event, and that is our VIP uh, welcome party is for our industry folks and for those on the field.
Okay. And then how many of those do you have available?
There's 85 spots available on the field.
Okay, cool. So if you guys are thinking about going, you want a VIP experience, grab one of those 150s, get you a part of the Thursday pre-party, get you on the field, get you in the judging. Um, so otherwise, like you said, you can host up to 1,200. Do you have one host hotel, or do you have more than one host hotel?
We actually have three host hotels: Country Inn and Suites, the Fairfield, and the Holiday Inn. You can park inside the venue and walk in the hotel. Um,
It's awesome.
the
So they're right there.
and it's walking distance. It's a little bit further, but we have 7 host hotels within a quarter mile of the venue.
About what does that cost when like we go to the Slowdown, we go to some of these places and it's like $500 a night. Um, is I think the average for a good hotel, I'm just as much as I travel, and I think like 150 to 199 is about the rate going. What is it for your host?
So our host hotels are between 145 and 165.
Okay. Yeah. So that's about right where we need to be on that, and make it affordable. I'm just kind of rabbit through my questions. Alcohol, on-site alcohol, bring your own alcohol. Don't bring it. If you do bring it, hide it. Put it in a red Dixie cup. We can't talk about it. Where are we at with that?
You know what? I will tell you this. I'm not looking. I don't think I have the authority to look in people's coolers, so I'm not going to be doing that. I do know that the
Yeah.
stadium, so they are part of our concession circle. The stadium itself is selling alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well, so alcohol there. Okay. So that's a pretty awesome thing. And then will you have food trucks there, or is it all concessions through the stadium?
So it's both. So the stadium will have their concessions. We will have 4 concession vendors as well, and there will also be some sweets vendors. There'll be stuff for the kids. We do kids giveaways at the show. My daughter and her family runs that, and we give away every kid there gets a goodie bag just like a show participant, and they get free Hot Wheels trucks. And we give away a Hot Wheels drag strip. In the past, we've given away a Traxxas 68 C10 RC truck. We gave away an e-bike. We do a lot of giveaway stuff for the kids. We love having the kids involved with it. I mean, it's typical of a lot of the shows out there. We want to see the kids involved. We want to see the kids enjoying themselves, and so it's pretty family friendly atmosphere, and we just have a good time with it.
It's awesome. Labor Day weekend coming up, 5th annual Southern Illinois Truck Show. If they need to get a hold of you, what's the best ways? Your C10 Club Illinois Gmail, or DM on IG, or what's the best way?
Ever how they want. I'm kind of on all of it all the time. So I handle stuff for C10 Club Illinois. I handle all the stuff for the show. It doesn't bother me in the least bit to take anybody's call.
Just going through this, September 4th and 5th. If you want to get on the VIP experience, 150. Host hotels, they've got 3 of them. And yeah, how about years? That's probably the only thing I don't have written down yet. So what about years of trucks?
We are open to all years and all makes.
All years and all makes. So like a 2020, like an NBS, an NNBS, 2013, 2018, you don't care.
Well, it doesn't matter.
All right, awesome. We go to 06 in the reunion just because I'm a cat eye. I like a cat eye. And people with NBS are always trying to get in, or let me say an NBS, which is your 07 to 13. So, all right, brother, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate your time, Brett. You guys can get a hold of him. Southern Illinois Truck Show. You can email him, c10clubillinois@gmail. We appreciate your time. And if you guys can't get a hold of him, get with me and I'll track him down and we'll get you what you need. Good luck on the show, and thanks for taking time to give us a little bit of love on that.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much.
That's a wrap. Hopefully you'll be able to get to one of these shows. I know I would love to. We'll see how it all works out. Appreciate everybody that took time to take out of their schedule to share what they had going on with their truck shows. It sounds like everybody's really giving back to the community, giving back to nonprofits, 501c3s. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, just rallying around this great scene that we have of the people, the trucks, the movement, the cause. So appreciate it for everybody. And you guys, as always, for listening. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. Late.